Hey, it's Nick live from the Blanket Fort once again. And as always, I want to preface this by saying that I might smoke on camera, but here's a bag of tobacco. I am one of a few individuals left in the world that does smoke tobacco out of a pipe, so no funny business. Oh, here we go. Let's take one puff and try to get it out of the way. So there we go. First off, just really quick, I just want to say that I broke out a very small amount of equipment just to make everything look and sound just a little bit better. Not a ton of like crazy equipment, but just to make it look a little bit better. But let's get right to it. I found a guy on Craigslist, and he said he could get me a Raspberry Pi. So here it is. Bam! You know it, baby. Okay, check it out. It's kind of a big box, but you know, I guess he's trying to keep it safe. Yeah, so it's like, see? Fragile. Oh yes, let's get this baby open. Aha! Ooh, packing material. Peanuts and stuff, and packing materials, and paper too. Whatever. Paper. And I'm gonna get it everywhere, but who cares, you know? Oh gosh, let's see more of it. There's some more of that stuff, and some more of that, more paper, and more. Oh, here we go. There's the. It's a little bit bigger than I originally thought it'd be. Crap, is that an AT power supply connector? I don't even think I have one. That's just huge. Is that socket 7? Oh, dude, what? That's a socket 7 motherboard. What? Okay, so I didn't order a Raspberry Pi. I didn't get a Raspberry Pi, but, okay, and here's the reason why I made this video, is a few days ago, or 1 or 2 days ago, I keep track of videos, for one thing, about Raspberry Pi, because I love to hear what people have to think and what's going on in the media, and a website popped up, and they had a link to a website where they had stolen all of the information from Raspberry Pi's website and put up a PayPal button to pay them $35 to get a Raspberry Pi. Of course, it was completely fake. I started a thread over on Raspberry Pi's forum. It got taken down very quickly, the website and the video. But basically, I want to make this to make sure if any of you out there see a Raspberry Pi or something for sale, don't be fooled. It's not really available yet, okay? So, number 1, know that it's fake. Number 2, contact the guys at Raspberry Pi and let them know about it. They'll let you know if it's legit or not. But I'll tell you right now, if it isn't through RS or Newark, it's not legit, okay? And even if it is legit and somebody is selling one, they shouldn't really be doing that, okay? And it'd probably be somebody who's like, who ends up buying it and then sells it for way more, and that's just like not really cool. You know, if you're wanting to put more money into a Raspberry Pi, you know, wait a little bit while longer, but donate some of that money to Raspberry Pi. They actually have a very good thing that they're trying to do. The reason behind the project is to get computers into the hands of kids so that we can foster a love of electronics and tinkering and programming specifically. So make sure to go ahead and do that. Don't, you know, buy a $100 Raspberry Pi or something. That's just ridiculous. But I guess since I'm doing this video already, which was just kind of a joke video, I thought that'd be funny. I might as well go ahead and say there's a couple of pieces of news, I guess, about Raspberry Pi. Of course, there's lots of Linux distros coming out. A lot of people, now that the news is hitting, a lot of the different people behind some of the different... Oh, I just started to do this stuff with some of my better equipment, but just a little bit better. I kind of threw this together quick. But I had to cut real quick and offload some stuff from a previous project because I didn't realize that the card was full here. So this was a cut to here. I believe I was saying about Linux distributions, now that the news has hit about the Raspberry Pi and everybody knows that the news is big, a lot of the people behind a lot of the distributions out there, a lot of the flavors, they're starting to say that they're going to be attempting to bring their Linux distributions over to Raspberry Pi. So that's a really good, that's really great news. But even bigger news right now is that the Raspberry Pi, the first batch, is actually delayed a little bit. There seems to have been a manufacturing error. I'm not sure of the exact specifics, but it has something to do with the Ethernet port. It seems that it was asked specifically for those to be a magnetic lock Ethernet port or something of that sort, but the details don't matter, of course. But basically, a non-magnetic one was used, and now the port is non-functional. So sadly, all of the boards, all of those non-magnetic ones have to be desoldered off the boards. The correct ones have to be soldered onto the boards, and then they can ship out of the factory. So that's kind of bad news for you batch 1 guys who actually got in there and were able to get one. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer. And right now, the last time I checked, if you're ordering for anything besides, if you're ordering now and you're getting in on the back order, the orders are, it's back ordered so much that anything that you order now is not going to ship until August. So this thing is getting really popular. And I can't remember which website it was, but I think it was RS, stated that they're, where you could sign up to say that you're interested in it. They've had 200,000 people sign up saying that they're interested in it. So that is really amazing. The everyone out there is really getting into this thing. So that's really neat. But I think that's about it for any news from me. I just thought I'd say that at the end since, I decided to do the little joke video. I hope you weren't mad at me about it. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, don't order some crazy thing. If you try to get one and you give somebody money, you probably aren't even going to get a silly old Socket 7 board. You're probably going to get a big bunch of nothing. So, yeah. One other thing I want to say, if anybody out there is an independent filmmaker or is interested in high-quality video, I am moving on from one of my other cameras to newer equipment, to different equipment. I'm going to be selling my Panasonic HVX 200, which is a very good camera, which has, I believe it's called intra-frame compression, which that means each individual picture in the photo stream is individually taken instead of taking data from previous frames or future frames to create it. So it's very high quality, very good for like green screen work, of course, and of course general videography and independent filmmaking. I'm going to be selling that. I'm going to be making a YouTube video actually showing it, which I've done in the past with lots of things that I've sold. So if you subscribe, I think up here, you'll probably end up seeing that. And also you can subscribe just for the heck of it to see some of the stuff that I do. I'm actually starting to enjoy doing the vlog thing, so I might do a few more. Other than the HVX, which I got a lot of cool stuff with it, like 5 batteries, 2 16 gig cards, a really nice case for it that locks. You can put a lock on it and everything. It's a really nice case and everything. So lots of stuff with it. Whatever, who cares? But yeah, I'll be doing that. But one other thing that I decided that I might do, because I've been thinking about some of the technology things that I know of that other people might not know of and might want to know about. And one of those things is privacy. Because I have looked into it in the past, but I've never needed it so much. But I know that there may be people out there in countries that have lots of censorship. They may be wanting to organize, and they're not able to do so because of certain blocks and censorship on the internet. And I was thinking about doing a short video, or well, I guess if you've watched any of my videos, you realize that they usually don't end up so short. But I think I'm going to do one very soon on just that. So you can, right up there, you can subscribe, and I'll tell you all about privacy and how you can kind of like get around some of the loopholes out there. But let's go ahead and end the video for now. To sum up, manufacturing errors have caused a delay. If you ordered a Raspberry Pi from batch 1, you've got a little bit longer to wait. Bummer. If anybody out there is offering for sale a Raspberry Pi, it's probably not legit if it isn't from RS or Newark, and you'll probably end up with a crappy old Socket 7 motherboard for absolutely nothing. And if somebody out there is scalping a Raspberry Pi that they eventually get, although that's not illegal or anything, I don't think it's too kosher, you know? So if you want to spend more money, I mean, you could go ahead, but that money would be better off spent donating to Raspberry Pi, which is a charitable foundation. So go ahead and go for that. Also, a future talk that I'm going to do is on privacy. Certainly for countries out there that have censorship on the internet. And I'm going to be selling my Panasonic HVX200 soon. So stay tuned for that stuff, and I've got a few other ideas popping around in my head, so I'll probably do other stuff sometime soon. So, bye for now, and in the words of my favorite YouTube musical artist, the Ukulele, push the button.